Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I talk to a lot of women in our community every day, and one of the messages that I'm getting very clearly is that there's a lot of tension and stress right now, that we're dealing with some difficult times. We've been here before. It's not like we are experiencing these kinds of feelings for the first time, and we've got through them. And I can talk, for endlessly about different techniques and things that you could do to reduce the stress, reduce the tension. But I wanted to reach out to the community. And I was looking at some articles online that we wrote years ago, and there was one where 27 women gave us their ideas, the things that they do to reduce the stress in their lives and to get some perspective and to get some balance and calm. Now, I have my ways. For me, it's walking. I walk a lot, and I always find that's for me a time where I can connect with people. I can make new friends. I can just reach out. But for other people, it's a little different. I really couldn't think of any better way to do this little video than to read for you some of the suggestions that other women have made. Now, I've not got a backdrop. I'm just sitting in my room. It's morning. It's raining outside. And I just thought, I'm going to just read from the document here and give you some inspiration. Now, I don't have last names, but I'll mention the first names. These are people that took the time to suggest and offer to us some ideas. So, Nancy, when I feel overwhelmed by circumstances and feel a cloud of depression coming down on me, I just stop to recognize the feeling and acknowledge it. Then I tell myself that this feeling will pass. I try to remember that I have options, even if I'm not sure what they are at the moment. Now, this goes back to what I was saying earlier about we've had the perspective of history, of our lives, of our experiences. And I think if we just can say, this feeling will pass. This is going to be okay. We're going to get through this. She says, take calming breaths and find something to be grateful for. Even if it's one thing, just find something to be grateful for. And that's from Nancy. Bernadette, we have choices, even when we don't see them. Talking to someone else may unexpectedly lead to a good solution. So reach out, talk to others. And this is what 60 and Me community is all about, and about the fact that we can reach out to each other and on all the channels that we are on and help each other through the difficult challenges. Jane says, I go to a medical facility nearby. Then I sit outside and I watch the people going in. Invariably, there are many people who look much worse and worse off than me. So I say to myself, you think you have problems. Look around you. Then this always makes me feel better. And I think I did a video a few weeks ago about this, exactly the same. That when I go to the hospital, I've been in and out for a bit. I just go and sit there and watch people coming in and out and getting a perspective on how incredibly fortunate I am. The other, and let's see, who's next? Deb. Connecting with people always lifts me up. Getting busy helps to improve my mood. This is especially true when it comes to getting out of the house for a walk, to run errands or walk. Exercise lifts the spirit. Yes. Another Nancy, by the time we reach the age of 60, we're all walking around wounded. It would be impossible to get through 6 decades without a single unpleasant thing happening. I just suddenly got washed over by some memories. Whenever I am overwhelmed, I hear a voice telling me to pick my head up and put my lipstick on. Oh, I love this. I haven't read these in a while. This reminds me to stand strong and persevere. Some days I even say out loud, Nancy, head up and put your lipstick on. And I do that too. Okay, this is Janet. My sense of humor and hope have gotten me through a lot. It also helps me to have a great support network when you need it. My sense of humor and hope have gotten me through a lot. Teresa says, when things are tough, I try to remember how many people in the world have it worse and would be glad for my troubles. Leslie, I've been in counseling for some time, which helps a great deal. Now I'm able to manage my grief better. I'm healing emotionally, and I'm better able to cope. So going to get professional help is always a consideration. Susan, during tough patches, I remind myself to just take one day at a time and keep putting one foot in front of the other. I like that, actually. I do that too sometimes. I just walk with, like meditative walking. Carmela, I'm a yoga instructor. So when I'm stressed, I go for a brisk walk and then do some yoga. This works wonders for stress. Also, looking up into the vast sky helps you to broaden your perspective. Look up. We're always looking down at our computers, at our desks, at our friends, at our people. Go out, look up. It's a big, it refreshes you. Carol, when I'm going through tough times, I reach out to close friends. Too often we try to cope alone, and I have found that friends are more than willing to be supportive. This is the thing. Don't, just ask for help. Reach out to friends. Mariel says, cleaning helps to quiet my mind and quiets the emotional turmoil in my brain. Maybe that's something to consider. Cleaning. I find that does help. Connie says, positive self-talk has always worked for me. It helps me to feel less depressed and more confident. I'm walking outside, of course. Elizabeth says, I enjoy cat videos. They always make me smile and remind me of the cats I used to have and how much fun I had with them. Me too. And my dogs too. My cats and my dogs. Carol, being reflective is important when things are falling apart around you. Calm down. Callie, it's all about putting things in perspective. When you're going through tough times, take a step back and view things from a distance. Anne says, love and support from family and friends can see you through the most difficult times. This is a theme. I think it's just that whole idea of how important family and friends are and how important it is to reach out. Winifred, when I was a young mother, a woman in her 60s told me to let go and let God. And at that time, I thought that her comment was careless and flippant. Now I realize that there are times when each of us has to do exactly this. And that's for those sisters that have that faith. Judy, when things get overwhelming, I pray for strength and courage. It always works. When things get overwhelming, Henrietta, when I'm overwhelmed, I look in the mirror and chat with the spirit in me. I also remember the emotional and physical mountains that my mother and grandmother had to cover. They had real pioneer strength. I think about this often with my mom because she lived through the bombing, the Blitz in London, and how when she was a young woman, they had to go into the underground shelters almost once or twice a week, and how hard that was. And we obviously I'm personally never experienced that, but I remember her stories. Amanda says, when I'm going through tough times, I turn outward. I reach out to friends, strangers, and family, and they help me. Cats help with stress, says Patricia, another cat person. I love cats and their antics. I have 2 cats, and they're a constant source of amusement and sometimes encouragement. Pamela, my faith got me through tough times. And Diane says, when life gets tough, I remember that I only have this moment to live. I breathe, and I'm grateful. Yvonne practices yoga, then curls up on a sofa with a blanket, cup of tea, a book, and her knitting. Dog at her feet, she says, I switch off my phone and just enjoy the moment. Sometimes I take a walk on the beach. If there's no one around, I scream at the waves. I remember Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who I used to work with, would suggest this too. She would say, go to on a train, like a bridge where there's a train going under or busy traffic, and just scream. Just scream from the bottom of your heart. And of course, if there's others around, that might not be a good thing to do. But if you can do it in a solitary place. She also used to be a great believer in screaming into pillows. You got to let it out sometimes. And I think that other than just the simple things that we've always talked about, in terms of exercise and yoga and reaching out, what is your idea? What are you doing to deal with these really tough times? Please keep perspective. Believe in yourself. Believe that it's going to be okay, that you will get through this. We're so resilient. We're very strong. As I said, we've done it before. We've been there before, and we can help others too, especially younger people. I think many of them are very afraid and don't have the context that we have. So I don't know. I hope this has been helpful or inspiring, or even just a moment in time that you've had a chance like me to reflect on how fortunate I am. And yes, I mean, I just hope that you have a wonderful day and know that it's a safe place here at 60 and Me. We're here to help you get through these things. And also, we have our Patreon supporters group where you can come online and chat 2 times a week. And, it's just more intimate and personal. But here on the channels, you can also talk. So leave comments below as to what you do when to get through tough times. Let's share. Take care, everybody.